Go away! Stop it, Mama! Stop hurting yourself, Mama!
He's gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Look,
It's not too late. You can stay here with me.
I don't want to stay with you, Mama.
Look, I'll answer the door and I'll tell him that you're sick. I'll tell him that you changed your mind.
Sit down and be quiet!
Carrie is a 1976 supernatural horror film directed by Brian De Palma that is based on the very first novel written by Stephen King that would find box office success and go on to be regarded as one of the greatest horror films of all time. In an unnamed small American town, Carrie White, played by Sissy Spacek, is a 16-year-old teenage girl who lives with her fanatically religious mother, Margaret, played by Piper Laurie. A shy loner, Carrie is viciously bullied by her peers and is tormented by them after she experiences her first period in the school showers and locker room. The sympathetic gym teacher, Miss Collins, played by Betty Buckley, feels sorry for Carrie and berates the mean bullies who include Norma Watson, played by P.J. Soles, and Chris Hargensen, played by Nancy Allen.
I don't think any of you have any idea of just how nasty what you did really was. You're to have 1 week's detention. Still, there's one little catch. It's to be my detention. That's 50 minutes, every day, starting today, on the athletic field. Get the picture?
I'm not coming.
That's up to you, Chris. That's up to all of you. Punishment for skipping detention is 3 days suspension and refusal of your prom tickets. Any other thoughts?
One of the bullies, Sue Snell, played by Amy Irving, begins to feel remorse over having bullied Carrie and asks her boyfriend, popular and handsome Tommy Ross, played by William Katt, to ask Carrie to the upcoming prom.
You better go.
Not till you say yes.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I said I can't.
Carrie!
Yes, you can.
Will you please go?
Not till you say yes.
Why is this so important to you?
I don't know, maybe because, you like my poem.
Carrie!
Okay, I'll go.
Good, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock.
Despite initially believing it to be a prank, Carrie agrees to go to the prom with Tommy. In the meantime, Carrie realizes that she can manifest her anger in the form of telekinesis.
All the kids think I'm funny. I don't want to be. I want to be normal. I want to start to try and be a whole person before it's too late for me to...
After all you've been taught,
Everyone isn't bad, Mama. Everything isn't a sin.
after the blood come the boys, like sniffing dogs, grinning and slobbering and trying to find out where that smell comes from. Where the smell is, that smell. Listen, I know where they take them, that cars. I see it all right. Well, you're not going. Rain's coming in.
Mom, please sit talk to me.
Close the window.
Mama, I'll get him. Please sit talk to me.
Chris is banned from prom after refusing the excessive detention that she received for tormenting Carrie, and she decides to get her revenge. She conspires with her boyfriend, Billy Nolan, played by John Travolta, to prank and humiliate Carrie White at the prom.
Billy. 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 I hate Carrie White.
Who?
With Carrie's telekinetic abilities, this prank may wind up causing all hell to break loose. Carrie was the very first novel Stephen King ever wrote, coming out in 1974. And this was the first Stephen King novel ever to be adapted into a movie. Like many Stephen King novels, the book takes place in Maine. The movie takes place in a small town in California, although some have stated that they believe that it's actually supposed to be North Carolina. The movie was filmed in California from May to July of 1976. Linda Blair auditioned for the role of Carrie, but turned it down, fearing that she would be typecast in horror films. Jill Clayburgh auditioned for the role, but was passed over. Farrah Fawcett auditioned for the part, but dropped out due to scheduling conflicts with the ABC television series Charlie's Angels. Sissy Spacek wasn't considered for the role of Carrie until her husband, art director Jack Fisk, convinced director Brian De Palma to allow her to audition. For her screen tests, Sissy Spacek rubbed Vaseline into her hair and didn't bother to wash her face. She also wore a sailor dress that her mother had made for her when she was in the 7th grade with the hem cut off. Until she auditioned, Brian De Palma planned on Amy Irving playing the role of Carrie. Once Sissy Spacek got the part instead, De Palma gave Amy Irving the smaller role of Sue. Many working on the film thought that Sissy Spacek was too pretty for the title role, since the character in the book is described as chunky and covered in pimples. The character was rewritten as someone who could be pretty if she made an effort to tidy herself up a bit. Sissy Spacek was 25 years old at the time of filming. In the film, the character of Carrie is 16 years old. In the novel, Carrie's character is 17 years old. In real life, Sissy Spacek attended Quitman High School in Texas, and she was homecoming queen. John Ritter was considered for the role of Tommy Ross. John Travolta had his first major film role with this movie, auditioning on a lunch break while filming the ABC television series Welcome Back, Kotter. He showed up for his audition still dressed as his character from television, Vinnie Barbarino. John Travolta received second billing on the posters behind Sissy Spacek, even though he only plays a minor character. Piper Laurie had retired from the movie business after the 1961 film The Hustler, when the script for Carrie came her way. She initially didn't understand the film at all, thinking it rather cliched, until her husband pointed out that Brian De Palma usually took a comedic approach to his work. Once she reread the screenplay with that viewpoint, the part of Margaret White made a lot more sense to Piper Laurie.
He's gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
In 1993, Saturday Night Live star, actor, and comedian Adam Sandler released a comedy album called They're All Gonna Laugh at You. The title came from one of his tracks called Oh Mom, which was a parody of Piper Laurie's character in this movie.
Mom, can you pass the salad dressing?
No!
Please.
No!
Come on, Mom.
No!
I'll get it for you, Cindy.
Thanks, Brad.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
Thanks for the tip, Mom.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
Hey, everyone. Let's just go out for ice cream.
No!
Some 26 years later, on May 4th, 2019, Adam Sandler returned to Saturday Night Live as a guest host, and he did a sketch of the Sandler family reunion, with different celebrities playing roles from Adam Sandler's films. Kristen Wiig showed up as Adam Sandler's mother in a parody of the comedy album sketch based on this movie.
Great to see you. What do you think of the reunion? Is it a whole?
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. They're not laughing. They laugh.
No!
Hey, come on now, be nice.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
No.
Betty Buckley was 28 years old at the time of filming, only a few years older than Sissy Spacek, and 3 years older than Nancy Allen and PJ Soles, who play her students. Nancy Allen claims she never realized her character was going to be so evil until she saw the finished film. She thought that she and John Travolta were playing such self-centered bickering morons that they were there for comic relief. Nancy Allen later married the director Brian De Palma in 1979 and appeared in several of his films following their marriage, including Dressed to Kill and Blowout. Blowout reunited Nancy Allen with her Carrie co-star John Travolta. Nancy Allen and Brian De Palma were married until 1984. PJ Soles said that Steven Spielberg often came onto the set after Brian De Palma told him that there were a lot of cute girls. PJ Soles said that Spielberg asked out most of the women on the set, including herself and Amy Irving. Amy Irving was the only one who accepted a date with him. Amy Irving and Steven Spielberg would be married from 1985 to 1989 and had a son together. The dizzying camera shot during the prom scene was achieved by placing William Katt and Sissy Spacek on a platform that was spinning in one direction while the camera was being dollied in the opposite. I must admit, any time I watch this movie, I look away during this scene because it gives me a headache. The name of the high school attended by the characters is Bates High, a reference to the character of Norman Bates from the iconic 1960 horror film Psycho. In Carrie's house, there's a statue of a religious figure that many people who watch the movie mistake for Jesus Christ. It's actually a statue of Saint Sebastian. Gustave Moreau's 1851 painting, The Study of Lady Macbeth, inspired director Brian De Palma to have Sissy Spacek mimic the stance and posture of the painting for the iconic pig blood scene. When Carrie's mother meets her demise, she is stabbed multiple times. For this scene, knives started off in the body before being pulled out by string. When editing the scene, they just played the footage in reverse to achieve the look of knives flying towards Margaret. This movie was released November 3rd, 1976, and was a major box office hit for United Artists, grossing over $33 million in the United States from a $1.8 million budget. Film director Quentin Tarantino stated that this is one of his favorite movies. Director Martin Scorsese saw this movie 3 times when it was released into theaters. This movie can be considered part of a late 1970s, early 1980s cycle of movies that dealt with telekinesis and psychokinesis. Some of those movies included Carrie, The Fury, The Sender, Scanners, Firestarter, among many others. At the Academy Awards, Sissy Spacek was nominated for an Oscar in the Best Actress in a Leading Role category, while Piper Laurie was nominated for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. In 2022, this movie was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress, who consider it culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant to American history. I first saw this movie in the spring of 2004. I, along with a couple of other people, had been voted in as one of the handful of people to represent my freshman class during the winter formal dance. One of the classmates I was not a fan of made a snide remark that I should watch what happens at the end of Carrie and hope that it doesn't happen to me. I hadn't seen the movie, so I had no idea what he was talking about. So then I have 2 options. Like at the end of Carrie, everybody dies, or I go have a good time at Winter Formal and rent the movie later that night. So after the successful Winter Formal dance, I had my father take me to the video store and I rented Carrie. I immediately watched it and I thought it was a good movie and memorable. As the years pass, I find it to be a far better quality horror film than I did when I initially saw it in 2004. You feel sorry for Sissy Spacek, and you find yourself rooting for her over the others because whether it's the mother or the bullies in school, they are all antagonists. So even though she loses her shit and basically burns them all to death, you're kind of rooting for her. If you are a horror fan, I highly recommend the iconic 1976 classic, Carrie.